The Zynthian Empire had conquered 47 star systems in less than a decade. Their military doctrine was simple: overwhelming force, rapid subjugation, and absolute control. They had never encountered meaningful resistance. Every species they met either surrendered immediately or was crushed within days. So when their scouting fleet arrived at the human colony of New Terra, they expected the same outcome. Commander Zalda stood on the bridge of the dreadnought Endless Void, watching the peaceful blue-green planet rotate below. Another primitive world, he hissed through his translator. Send the standard ultimatum. They have one rotation to surrender, or we commence orbital bombardment. The message was transmitted. The humans responded with a diplomatic request for negotiation. Zoltha laughed. They always beg. Commenced attack on their capital city. Show them we are serious. The plasma cannons fired. Ana Martinez was 17 years old when the sky turned red. She had been walking home from school, her backpack heavy with textbooks, thinking about the upcoming university entrance exams. She wanted to study xenobiology, ironic considering what was about to happen. The first plasma bolt struck 3 blocks away. The shockwave threw her against a building wall. Her ears rang. Smoke filled the air. People were screaming, running in every direction. Anna tried to stand, but her legs wouldn't cooperate. She looked down and saw blood, too much blood. Everything felt cold. Her last thought was of her father. He had been away for so long, working on some classified military project in the outer colonies. She wished she could see him one more time. She never heard the second plasma bolt that vaporized the building above her. Jack Martinez received the news 3 days later. He was in the middle of a training exercise when Colonel Hayes walked into the simulation room. The look on the colonel's face said everything. Jack, I need you to come with me. They walked in silence to the briefing room. Hayes didn't speak until the door was sealed behind them. New Terra was attacked. That colony, there were civilian casualties. Jack's voice was steady, but his hands had already begun to shake. Anna Hayes couldn't meet his eyes. I'm sorry. The word didn't register at first. Sorry. Such a small word for such an enormous absence. Jack stood there processing, his enhanced neural implants running through scenarios, calculating probabilities, all arriving at the same impossible conclusion. His daughter was dead. Who? Jack's voice was different now, flat cold. The Zynthian Empire. They're demanding full surrender of all human colonies in the sector. Where are they now? Jack, you need to take time. Where are they? Hayes pulled up a holographic display. Their main fleet is still in orbit around New Terra. 17 capital ships, dozens of support vessels. They're using the colony as a staging ground. Jack studied the display. His implants were already calculating approach vectors, defensive capabilities, structural weaknesses. The Zynthian ships were powerful, but they were designed for planetary bombardment, not for what was coming. I need a ship, Jack said. The Council is still debating a military response. I don't care about the Council. I need a ship now. Hayes looked at him for a long moment. They had served together for 15 years, before Jack had volunteered for the Super Soldier program, before the genetic modifications, the combat implants, the neural enhancements that made him more weapon than man. Hangar 7, Hayes finally said. There's a stealth corvette, fully armed. I'll make sure the security codes are deactivated for the next hour. Jack nodded once and left. The Shadowrunner was a beautiful ship, fast, and equipped with weapons that violated at least a dozen interstellar treaties. Jack didn't care. He programmed the coordinates for New Terra and engaged the quantum drive. The journey took 6 hours. 6 hours of silence. 6 hours of remembering. Anna as a baby, gripping his finger with her tiny hand. Anna taking her first steps. Anna's first day of school, turning back to wave at him one more time before walking through the door. Anna at 16 arguing with him about curfew, about freedom, about trust. He had missed so much, training to be the perfect soldier. And for what? To protect humanity. He couldn't even protect his own daughter. The rage built slowly, methodically, like ice forming in his veins. Zoltha was reviewing casualty reports when the proximity alarms screamed. A single human vessel had appeared at the edge of the system, moving impossibly fast. Destroy it, he ordered. 3 destroyers broke formation and engaged. The human ship didn't slow down. Instead, it accelerated, weaving through the plasma fire with precision that seemed almost pressure. It reached the first destroyer and opened fire. The Zynthian vessel's shields held for exactly 2.3 seconds before the human railguns punched through. The destroyer split in half. The second destroyer managed to land a direct hit. The human ship's shields flared but held. It returned fire, and another Zynthian vessel died. What is that thing? Zoltha demanded. His tactical officer's voice shook. Sir, it's coming straight for us. Jack barely registered the destruction he was causing. His implants handled the combat calculations. His hands moved automatically across the controls. He was operating on pure instinct now, every system in his enhanced body working in perfect synchronization. The Shadowrunner tore through the Zynthian fleet like a knife through paper. Smaller vessels exploded when he passed. Larger ships broke apart under sustained fire. His shields were failing, his weapons overheating, but he didn't stop. He couldn't stop. Finally, only the dreadnought remained. Jack positioned the Shadow Runner directly in front of the massive vessel's bridge and opened a communication channel. Zolther appeared on his screen, his reptilian features twisted in fear and confusion. "You killed my daughter," Jack said quietly. We were following standard protocol. You killed children. You killed civilians. You killed my Anna. Please, we can negotiate." Jack cut the transmission and fired every remaining weapon simultaneously. The dreadnought's shields collapsed. Its hull ruptured. Atmosphere vented into space, carrying thousands of Xinthian soldiers with it. Jack watched it die, felt nothing. The rage was still there, cold and sharp. But vengeance brought no comfort. When Earth Command finally arrived at New Terra, they found the wreckage of an entire Xinthian fleet scattered across orbital space. At the center of the debris field, they found the Shadow Runner, badly damaged but still operational. Inside, they found Jack Martinez, humanity's first super soldier, sitting in the pilot's chair with tears frozen on his cheeks. The Xinthian Empire sent ambassadors 3 weeks later, suing for peace. They had learned what every species before them eventually learned. Humanity could be peaceful, diplomatic, even compassionate, but harm their children. And they would discover why humans had clawed their way to the top of Earth's food chain and why they would never, ever stop until justice was served.